Today we're going to talk about 6 different methods for running a give and go. Give and goes are extremely powerful moves because you can attack the defense before it's ready, and you can get the disc back into the hands of the people who should have it the most. If you have give and go skills, you're incredibly valuable in difficult weather situations or against very tough defenses. While each of these 6 moves is slightly different, the goal is always the same. Get the disc back after one throw in a better position and with the defense trailing and allowing some easy throw option. Footwork is essential for give and go maneuvers. If you can be smooth rather than just fast, you'll be able to get open before the defense is ready. You'll also be able to avoid traveling, which will stall your offense, and you're going to be able to receive the disc more calmly and more reliably. As a thrower, you want to practice your footwork so that it's smooth and connected to your throw. You need to avoid traveling whenever possible, and also deliver the throw to the outside shoulder of the target. As a receiver, pick the line that gets you away from your defender the fastest. You want to open up an early window to throw into, rather than earn that window by speed later on. This will also help avoid cutting too close and clogging the thrower, or too far away and creating difficult throwing angles. You'll need to work on your give and go moves even more if you're called for traveling. Traveling, or looking like you're traveling, means you're hurrying too much, and you can make your moves smoother and avoid those travel calls. Be smooth and be consistent, and your give and go moves will get you open without drawing travel calls or excessive attention. There are 3 give and go moves to the backhand side of the field, and we're going to talk through the footwork and the handwork of each of them. The first one is an immediate give and go move. Now, as Frank turns to his dump, he's going to throw and go, and you're going to find that he's going to get open not just by sprinting, not by being faster than Nevin, but by having smooth footwork. Nevin and Frank, will you come back and do this again? You're going to see that Frank will throw as he has momentum. His pivot foot is still down, but he's getting body momentum in the direction he wants to go. So his body's moving as he pivots. It's smooth. He's not trying to overpower his man with 20 steps. He's trying to be moving in one direction while his marker's still standing still. You're gonna see that as he turns, he's got his right leg up, and then he can go right into it because he's already got momentum. It keeps his pivot foot down, he's not traveling, he's releasing before his foot comes up, and he has the disc again in a different place on the field. Excellent. So turning and looking, lifting that lead leg, and attacking off of it. Good, as you guys come back and reset, some players you'll even see really over-exaggerate that pickup so they can get a lot of weight going forward. Beyond just an immediate give and go move, Frank might find that he wants to delay his give and go move. There's a couple of different ways to do this. One is that he might throw this disc and fake away from the play, even just a shoulder, and then go back because he's drawn Nevin off. Good, will you come back and show that at live speed? So he's gonna throw, fake, and go, move his shoulders, and try to drive his defender just a little bit. Good. And this is more of a surprise. It also gives your thrower more time to see the play coming, which can be really useful. So one more time, delaying with a fake. Twisting those shoulders. Good, and then getting up the line. Excellent. If this allows you to receive the disc more often, it's a very valuable play. So there's 2. He can also use this delay to get his body in front. He doesn't need to fake Nevin out. All Frank needs to do is get his body to this point, and now he has an advantage. There's no way that Nevin can come through him. So Frank will throw, and before Nevin knows what's happening, he's just gonna put his body in front of him and then go. And now that he has the advantage, his thrower just needs to put it to that side of his body. Let's do that one more time. So before Nevin realizes what's afoot, you're gonna release the disc, get your body in front. Slide your body in front and then take it. And so this give and go cut on the delayed body move becomes a step upfield and then go to seal off your defender. So we've talked about immediate live side moves. We've talked about 2 different ways to do a delayed live side move. This backhand give and go can also be to the break side. So as Sam releases this, especially if his mark comes over, he can go back door and get an advantage. Now that backdoor move is really nice because it turns Casey's head all the way around, and it's very difficult to run while your head's moving 180 degrees. So as Casey goes for this around block, he can go for the back door. With good throwers, you're going to be able to go to the break side just as much as the live side, and this can create an opportunity. At the very worst, go ahead and do it one more time. Even if he doesn't get it, you're gonna find that now this space is wide open. Sam's cleared it, he might even be able to come back in and take the next move. Last thing that you can do on a backdoor give and go move is what we called on Sockeye for years, the move. As we turn and throw, Frank sees the play develop, steps towards the disc to give himself an inside out lane. So as the throw goes, steps towards, and now we can trade this position with a mark for a position upfield with no mark without really having to go through a setup defender. So again, Frank's looking for the move by stepping towards the disc, and he can take this little inside and go up the field. Now we're gonna flip the field so we can work on our forehand give and go moves. Now that we're on the forehand side of the field, we can try to make an immediate move and again, beat the defense with a burst of smooth rather than a burst of fast. Good, Casey's receiving and looking up the field one more time. The difficulty here is that the footwork is awkward. To plant, you can't really keep this lead leg up. Now you can try to throw and go, but you're gonna plant behind you, and it makes the forehand immediate move a little bit more difficult. Try it again. Good. And you can get quicker at this with practice. Here I'm gonna suggest that Casey can still use his backhand, so he gets all the advantages of driving with the backhand, where he's gonna take his step as he throws a backhand here. It's tougher because the throw is gonna be closer to the defender. He has to be more careful about where he places it, but it can be effective. Good. Now we're gonna run delayed forehand give and go moves. Casey's gonna throw and try to tell Sam that he's actually going to the backhand side just for a little shift and take the opening. Ready, go. Good. Just a little delay might open him up, might make the next throw more simple or easier or get around a mark, and it gives Nevin time to see the field. Good, throw and fake and go, good. You'll see that Casey looks very composed. He doesn't look like he's sprinting his hardest. The catches aren't difficult because he's just taking what's there and he's got a little delay. Now this time, instead of delaying with a fake, you're gonna delay with a step here to seal off your defender. So get that seal step. Good, take your time with it, good. Little physical contact never hurt anybody. Gonna just take a couple of steps, and once he has Sam on his hip, he controls this side of the field. Good. Good. Casey, I'm gonna take one from you. You'll see some older players that are very good at hip control that will throw this throw, get their hip control here, and then continue to ride this defender. We might let the play develop, and as long as I have Sam here, until he adjusts, I can take this cut whenever I want it. Now this is a super delayed give and go, but I've kept control of the field. So as I'm looking up the field, I'll throw, I'll keep my control, and then take my give and go move. And I have the disc where I want it, even later in the play. Now let's flip it around. Let's do backdoor moves. So Sam's gonna force backhand. Casey's gonna hit Nevin and try to go backdoor up the field. You'll find that this is even easier on this side because you have more reach on the forehand and the thrower has an easier backhand throw to get you the disc. Good. Good. Now here, Casey's gonna finish this backhand move by once he gets the disc, he's gonna quickly look to the break side of the field and try to release a huck. Gets it back from Nevin. Nevin sets him up to put a huck before the defense is ready. Now we've discussed 6 different ways to get away from your marker. We need to talk a little bit about where you should cut. As Nevin releases this disc to Casey, he has really, you can freeze it there, he has really a couple of different options. He could go very close to Casey and try to make it the easiest possible short throw. Or he could go really far from Casey and try to get it for the most possible yards. Both of these are difficult. If you go for the most possible yards, you're bound to be far away from the thrower and with a tight angle. That's a little too difficult for us. If Nevin picks a line that's too close to his receiver and it's jammed by the defender, freeze it. Now we're stuck too close. Frank can stop throws upfield at the same time that he stops his handler. Now we've bogged up our offense. It's dangerous to cut too close to the receiver. Nevin again. This time Nevin's gonna go too far away and you're gonna see the angle. Throws, he goes too far away and there's no angle to throw. It becomes a really difficult throw and you might bait your own thrower into a turnover. Where we would like to be is we want Nevin to pick a line that gets him away from his defender the quickest. We want to open up a gap. So as Nevin throws, he's gonna go straight away from his defender and hopefully that will be a nice in-between between too difficult of a throw and too big of a chance to clog. So go straight away from that defender. If you can open up a gap here, you might draw another defender to help, which opens up another player, and we can turn separation into goals. That's what an offense does. So throw it again, pick your line, and hit it. Good. Good. Control with your body and take the space. Nice. Last thing that I want to say, Nevin's going to do this one more time. You'll notice that Nevin takes his line as far as he can so that Casey has time to make a fake and deliver the disc. If Nevin pulls off of his line, he might induce a turnover or he wastes Casey's time. He's going to keep with him, trust his man to bring him the disc. Good. Full speed now. Frank can force whichever way you want. Nevin's going to try to get away from him. Good. And you'll see, even small, slow offensive players like myself, we can take on big, fast defenders if we have good footwork and smooth moves on the right angle. As you work on these give and go moves, you're not just trying to beat a defender that's slower and shorter than you, you're trying to beat the defenders that are more athletic than you are, and you can do it. For all give and go moves, you'll know you're doing this right if you can open up a gap of a yard within your first 3 steps. So Nevin, again, is going to try to open up a quick gap rather than a speed gap. We want our give and go cuts to get open quickly. If you're doing it well, you'll be open even before the defender knows it. You'll know that your give and go moves are working if as you cut, the thrower could deliver the disc to your back hip and it would still be caught. If the defender is separated enough from you to allow that throw, then you've gotten the kind of gap that you need.